guys, I hope you're having fun. It's Wednesday. We've only been home for a week and a half. It seems like a long time, doesn't it? Seems like longer. Hope you're having fun with the videos. Some of you are commenting, which I love. I have some messages from parents saying that you guys are following along, which is amazing. We're gonna do Fundations for Wednesday. We're gonna talk about homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same. So you see the word phone. Phone is, hello, something that you hear. So you're gonna think of, well, this is my telephone. You're gonna think of a phone, and you're gonna think of when you hear a sound. Homophone means it's the same. What you hear is the same. So it's the same sound. Two words that have the same sound. They sound the same, but they're not spelled the same and they don't mean the same thing. We talked about it a little bit with the word week. We talked about week and weekend. We're going to talk about that again. And then we're going to talk about 6 different homophones that we're going to learn this week. If you have some paper, you can write these down. The one that we talked about the other day was this word and this word. If you have any paper, you can write that down. Week, W-E-E-K, is like days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the days of the week. Week, W-E-A-K, is when you're not feeling very strong, when you're feeling kind of weak. I hope none of you are feeling weak. I hope you're feeling strong and energetic today. But these are 2 words that sound the same. Listen to it. Week, week. Sound the same. They don't mean the same thing. We would not say days of the week and spell it like this. When you're talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you always spell it like this, days of the week. Let's try 2 more. See if you can read that. Seam and seam both sound the same. Both spell different, E-A and E-E. This kind of a seam is something that you would put on your clothes. So when they make your clothes, if you look at the edge of your clothes, there's a part where they sew it, where they sew your clothes. That's the seam. The seam is the edge where you get your clothes sewn. They sew a seam, S-E-A-M. S-E-E-M is if you were to say, wow, it seems warm in here. Ooh, it seems kind of warm. S-E-E-M. So if you're talking about sewing clothes and you need to fix the seam, it would be that one. If you're talking about it seems like this is easy. It seems easy, doesn't it? Then you would spell it as S-E-E-M. This is in our word pattern this week, isn't it? E-A or E-E. Homophones sound the same, but they don't mean the same thing. Got that in your notebook? Seam and seam. Next pair. See if you can read these. Deer and deer. This kind of deer is a reindeer, a deer that would be outside, a deer that you might see in your backyard, the animal, a deer. This kind of deer is if you're writing a letter and you want to say, Dear Mom. Dear in this way means that when you're addressing someone, you're such a dear. You're acting like a deer. It's a nice thing to say to somebody. Also, when you write a letter, you start your letter by saying, Dear. Dear Grandma, I'm writing you a letter to say happy birthday or whatever you write. When you're writing a friendly letter, which we are going to learn about that this week, you're going to write D-E-A-R. If you're talking about an animal running through your backyard, D-E-E-R. Here's our word pattern, E-E-E-A. You can write those in your notebook. See if you can read these. Can you read that? Creek and creek. This kind of creek is like a little river, like where there's water. A little creek might have a little frog. You might find a little frog in a creek. It's water, maybe with some trees near it. You can walk down to the creek, maybe catch a crayfish, catch a little tadpole down in the creek. It's a little skinny body of water that you might have in your neighborhood. That's going to the creek. This kind of creek is when you're walking through your house. I know my house, there are certain parts where I walk and the floor will creak, when you walk, or when you open a door slowly and you hear creak, that's that sound, creek. You wouldn't go find fish in this kind of creek. The only fish would be in the C-R-E-E-K, creek. You can write these in your notebook. Creek, the water, or creak, the sound. Add those to your notebook. Here's the next two. See if you can read them. Beat, beat. Homophones, it sounds the same. Beat and beat, it sounds the same, but they don't mean the same thing. B-E-A-T is like a drum beat. A drum beat or a heartbeat, where you would keep the beat. Or when you're playing your instrument with Mr. Carreri and he wants you to follow the beat, that's B-E-A-T. Follow the beat of the music. That's B-E-A-T. Put some music notes there for you. If you see B-E-E-T, that's actually a vegetable. It's a dark purplish vegetable that some kids don't really like. Sometimes they put them in salads. Beet, B-E-E-T. So if you're singing to music and you're keeping the beat, B-E-A-T. If you're eating a purple vegetable that's in a salad, you're eating a beet, B-E-E-T. You can write those two in your notebook. Can you read these two words? Meet, meet. Homophones, they sound the same. Meet. I will meet you outside for a walk. I will meet you at the playground. E-E. The two E's mean that you're meeting up. I'll meet you at the corner to go for our walk. Meet. M-E-E-T. If you see M-E-A-T, that is a meat that you're actually going to eat, which look at that. E-A-T. The word eat is right in the word meat. So this kind of meat is the meat that you eat. Like a steak. A steak is a meat that you might eat, right? Or a chicken fillet would be a meat that you would eat. Meat that you would eat has E-A-T right in it. Meat with E-E-T is I'll meet you there. I'll meet you later. You can write those two in your notebook. Last pair of homophones. Can you read these? Tea and tea. This kind of tea is like iced tea or hot tea, the kind of tea that you would eat and drink out of a teacup. Like with a tea bag and you drink it, like green tea or iced tea. That's a drink, tea. This kind of tea is a word that they say in golf. When you play golf, you can put the ball on the tee. You can play golf and put the ball on the tee. Golf tee, T-E-E. T-E-A is a drink that you would drink, iced tea or hot tea. So if you were gonna write a story about your grandma drinking some tea, don't write T-E-E, it's T-E-A, to drink some tea, T-E-A. Here's our word pattern for the week. You can add those 2 words to your notebook. I want to talk about, last thing today is I want to talk about our bonus word on our spelling list. I'll show you our spelling list again if you need to write them down. We're going to have a virtual spelling test on Friday. Wait till you see this. Here's our bonus word of the week. Ready? You can write this down so you can practice. Check this out. We have a lot of things here. We have our word pattern, EA, and we have a root word with an ending. So first we have to figure out what this word is. CH is a digraph. CH says ch, ch, ch. CH, chin, ch. So ch. EA we learned is the long E sound. Remember, long E. So ch, E, cheap, cheapest, cheapest. Something that's cheap does not cost a lot of money. Sometimes if you go to the Dollar Tree, some people go to Dollar Tree and they say, wow, I can get this whole, whatever it is, notebook or a whole pack of pencils for $1. That seems very cheap. Cheap means that it doesn't cost a lot of money. So if it's the cheapest, that means it's the most inexpensive one that there is. So if I can get this pack of pencils for $1, or I can get this pack of pencils for $3, they both might be cheap. That's not a very lot of money, but which one is cheapest? That would be this one, the one that's $1. It's the least amount of money, so it's the cheapest. Sometimes people try to find the cheapest prices that they can get. I know I do. Always trying to find the best deal, right? You're looking for the cheapest items that you can buy. That is our bonus word. It's on our spelling test. I will redo our spelling test again if you wanted to write them down. Need, teeth, treat, team, key, teach, whose, one, son, school, move, only, and cheapest. That's our bonus word. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.